mine sound?
Fine. You're not popping at all.
Okay.
Not
I'm still
popping and
using
locking
voice
it.
meter, I think.
Yeah.
I will
And
pop
I
and
know you're
lock it.
still on because I can see the stream.
I know, we're live now.
We're talking about mics.
And popping and locking.
Popping and locking. My new mic is not popping and locking anymore.
No popping, no locking. But you sound great.
Nope. Thanks. Took about 20 hours of freaking listening to which is obnoxious.
You have no times I have said the phrase, I'm just testing a recording. Listen to me, John, talking. Ooh, ooh, trying to get like all the variations of my voice into one little 5-second clip.
I don't know how many times I said, hello and welcome to the Weebs, Dweebs, and Interweebs, because that's my loudest intro. And so I just like, how does that sound? Because, yeah.
And yes, Sean, I'm always being sneaky. That's literally the title of the show. Resolve to get worse. Because this is our last show of 2020.
Thank God. I mean, not that it's my last show, but thank God 2020 is almost over.
But does that mean we have to make 2021 a bigger dumpster fire because we have to like compete?
No.
Are we competing at this point?
Like 2020 wins by a landslide.
But what if 2021 is like hold my beer?
No. What's the meme? Nobody claimed 2021 is their year. Everybody just keep quiet and keep their hands to themselves. And
just everybody shut up.
That's how I'm going to feel.
Because I am not a smart man, and I'm going to leave this year not a smart man and enter next year as an even smarter man.
I feel like there's always room to grow.
Always room to grow, and I have big plans for the new year. I have resolutions.
Oh.
I'm going to resolve to be better at what I do, be better at Donderoing, which is really bad for everyone else in the world.
That's really bad for me.
Didn't I send a meme earlier?
Yeah.
There's no rule saying resolutions. Yeah. There's no rule that resolutions have to be, can't be evil. Yeah, lots of conversations.
At least we're organized. At least we're planned. At least we have.
We organize, we plan out, we initiate.
And then we let it all go to shit.
And then we just shit all over it. That's what we do. Listen, but I feel like that's how we make the best content. We build this really nice structure, and then we just shit all over it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. No.
I mean, just think about our favorite moments of the year. No matter how much we plan for them, when they derail is usually the funniest.
Yeah, the Christmas episode where we were talking about pooping baby Jesus.
Yeah.
I watched that like 4 times and laughed every single time. And I was like, Chris was like, what are you watching? I was like, I'm watching the podcast and we're really funny.
Yeah, you have comedy gold like pooping baby Jesus and
which is better, throwing up or pooping baby Jesus? And that's a legitimate discussion.
But I think what we do is we come back new year, new show.
Okay. Deal.
Now, I'm not going to tell you what that new show is. I'm just going to drop it on you, like literally as we go live. Because I feel resolution number one. No, resolution number one.
No,
be more spontaneous.
We are already spontaneous enough.
We could be more spontaneous. We could literally just.
How is it possible that we can be more spontaneous, John?
Do you want a firm example?
I do. I would like an example how we could be more spontaneous.
Okay, so you know how like usually
this whole show is based on spontaneity. I literally just signed on and ended up betting you. Like this whole podcast started because we randomly started something. Like how could we be more spontaneous?
I'm just gonna rename the show every week or randomly just boom, different podcast. This is now cooking with Dondero and Arugs. And we're going to do a cooking show. How spontaneous is that? We could do like, or just randomly.
You know what?
tell ghost stories.
I could get on board with that one.
My mom has adopted you, so.
That's true.
Yeah, you are like my sister. which makes some of those pictures I sent you really embarrassing, and I'm sorry.
Did I? You know what? I don't remember
Or
those
was
pictures.
that?
I don't
Did
think
I
that was
send those?
me.
Did I send
I
those to
feel like,
Nev? I may
feel
have
like you
sent those to Nev.
yeah, not
He hasn't
me.
been speaking to me lately, so that could explain that. Anyway, resolution 1: be more spontaneity. Have more spontaneity. I mess up words. I've been drinking. Shut up.
Be more spontaneous. Have more spontaneity.
Resolution 2: follow up on my ideas. Complete things that, like, when I come up with a wild and crazy idea, I actually follow through with it. I'm actually going to make familyfootlovers.net. I don't know what I'm going to put there, but there's a good chance it could be feet.
I feel like people would be disappointed if there wasn't.
Step 3: I'm going to write a book.
Oh. About?
I haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
And I wanted to kind of give you some ideas to see if you think this would make a good book. 101 Reasons You Should Not Be Like Me. It's called Donderoing 101. And it's literally 101 reasons why all my ideas are great.
Great. Why you should not be like me, and then you
because I don't want people to copy me. I've already done it, so you don't have to do it.
Okay.
It'll be a book to success. What do you think of that?
No.
I was going to ask if you'd co-write it with me. You want to be my book co-writer? We could write a book.
We could write a book.
I'd buy that book. I wouldn't read that book, but I'd buy it.
Can we do a book of lists, please?
That's what it is. Okay, Donderoing 101, and it's just a book of lists.
But like 101 reasons to, and boom, like whatever. And then like the next chapter is 101 reasons to.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, on board with that.
We should do it. All right.
More spontaneous. How can we be more spontaneous? Now we're writing a book.
You're right.
Look at that. See, I am already living. It's not even 2021. I'm already living up to my resolutions.
Oh, my favorite moment of this year?
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many.
Yeah, I mean, in the proverbial dumpster fire, there's always that really good piece of metal that stays solid after the fire. You're like, man, that thing got real shiny after the burn.
Okay, actually, it's a tie. It's a tie.
It's a tie.
And they're not moments; they're more choices.
Okay, I like choices.
The first one is that I worked out. I started working out like March 25th. I started working out, and I like stuck to it. It wasn't one of those, oh, I'm going to work out during quarantine and then, you know, whatever. I've stuck to it. Like on Christmas Day, it was 9 months. 9 months I've been working out. So I'm really proud of that. I think I've improved my health, and I've gotten stronger. It's not so much about losing weight. I like being stronger. I like being 70 pounds. It's nice.
That's fucking awesome.
And my second one, is being a part of this show, like asking you to be like, hey, I hear you're having a podcast. Can I be on it? Like
that was my greatest moment right there. You saying, can I be part of this train wreck with you? And I'm like, now the train may actually make it to the station.
I felt like one of those, like, you invite yourself over type moments. Like you were talking about it and I went, oh, that sounds like fun. Can I be on it? I was like sitting there, I was like, I'm going to insert myself here.
Listen, that's how Jay became my roommate and best friend.
Yeah.
He literally asked for a ride home. He's like, can I have a ride home? I'm like, yeah, but I got to stop at my house. He moved in the next day. I'm not lying. You ask him how we got together. He was like, I need a ride home. And I was like, okay, let's stop by my house for a little bit because I just don't feel like driving to Mount Holly. And literally he moved in the next day. We became best friends.
I think those are the two, because I think me asking that led to us being on Weebs, Dweebs, and Interweebs, which led to this podcast, which led to other things, and actually some things that are planned for 2021, which are very exciting. And I think that was one of those. I made that choice, and I made new friends. Like I met Miko and Jay and Nev and Jake. I met a whole new slew of friends. Like 2021 may be a dumpster fire, but there are some good things that came out of it.
It's actually been a progressively good year on top of shit. That is one of my favorite moments of this year is you coming on board and saying, I'm going to polish the shit out of this turd. And now there are really shiny places in the turd that is what I do on this internet. Like we have this show, which is really great. We have the Weebs. Occasionally you come game with us. We're working on a book, and we're working on other podcasts together, like in the future.
We're very excited about that.
Entertain for a moment. I've got to go, Dad.
Okay, go, Dad. Oh, well, here I am. Well, now I got to sit here by myself. So, can we talk about The Mandalorian for a minute? I don't know. Like he said, Boba Fett. I was like, let me talk about the last episode of Mandalorian. I cried. I cried as hard during that last 15 minutes of that episode as I did when the pawns jumped off the building, when they sobbing. It hit you in the feels. In 2020, I did the whole Marvel universe binge. So I did the movie watch because, well, what else is there going to do when you're quarantined in your house? So I have decided that I'm going to do the Star Wars chronological binge. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to watch the 9 movies and be done. No, I'm going to commit. And I'm actually watching the Clone Wars series now. Like, because you have to watch, and so yeah, I'm watching the Clone Wars now, and I'm like, oh, it's starting to make sense. Some of the things that a casual Star Wars watcher wouldn't normally get, now you're like, that makes sense now. So I would highly recommend it if you have nothing to do or you want something to do. Find a movie series like that, like Marvel or Star Wars. That's a fun thing to do. And if you don't have time, then, just spend a weekend and binge the 9 movies. There's nothing against that. No, I didn't say anything that would have spoiled anything for The Mandalorian. You're welcome. I didn't spoil anything.
What did you spoil? What'd you say?
I spoiled nothing. I was talking about the last moment of The Mandalorian.
Oh, if you haven't seen that yet, I don't give a fuck about your spoilers, okay?
Okay, well, I said I saw it. I said the last 15 minutes, I cried. I said I hadn't cried like that since the pawns jumped off the building in Doctor Who. Like it was one of those cinematic, tear your heart out moments, which I was telling them how I binged the Marvel movies and how now I'm binging Star Wars, the Star Wars franchise. And, I was telling them that they should do it because...
Yeah. And you can't spoil The Mandalorian because it's been out long enough. It's ended long enough that you could have successfully binged the entire series.
And I was about to go on a rant about Wonder Woman, but I did not.
I don't give a crap about that. It's DC. I haven't seen it. I'm not a DC fan.
Back up.
Listen, I'm a Marvel boy.
Up. I know you are.
But
not everyone's perfect. It's fine.
Do love the idea of Wonder Woman because it's going to be a great hero for my daughter, and I'm okay with that. But I want her to be Bo-Katan, so.
I don't know. I'm very glad that now all these franchises are coming out with
good content.
Good content and female superheroes that aren't tits and ass. That's what they used to be for, and now they're actually giving them backstories that make them better.
Like even the shock trooper who shows a bit of cleavage, she's also muscle bound as hell.
Yes.
She is both hot,
and I will
Moosh your
break
head.
your
I had a
neck.
3-year-old tell me today that she won't accept cards, cash only, because there's a coin shortage today.
Did your daughter really say that? Oh my god, I love her. Can I wrap her up and just
Yeah, she
kiss her
wouldn't sell
feet?
me ice cream.
No.
No, she
Like
didn't have ice
pretend ice
cream,
cream?
but she has this. Okay, she turned the cat tree into her pretend ice cream shop. And she sells ice
Yeah.
cream. She knows everyone's flavor.
Oh,
My
what's your
son
flavor?
always gets my flavor,
Yes.
unicorn flavor,
Unicorn flavor.
because that's what I told her it was.
Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Because I
go
don't
ahead.
have a favorite ice cream.
I
I
do.
just haven't met an ice cream I didn't like.
Well,
I don't
you
like
never.
dark chocolate. I don't like I'm not a fan of chocolate ice cream. But I'm not big on chocolate.
I'll take fruit over chocolate, but I like
Yeah.
chocolate.
I like
I like I like cinnamon ice cream.
I don't think I've ever had cinnamon ice cream.
Cinnamon ice cream, like I had it for the first time in high school, and I had it at Cold Stone. Sell it at Cold Stone. You have cinnamon ice cream with strawberries in it, and you get it all mixed in. Oh, so good.
You know, I feel like my fourth resolution is to be more focused, and now we're talking about ice cream from the Mandalorian.
I mean,
We need to work on that. Okay.
wait. Ha, time out. So
Time.
how can we be more spontaneous and be more focused?
You can be focusedly spontaneous.
Can you? Can you?
I think we can.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, resolutions don't have to make sense. They're just empty promises you tell yourself. All right?
You're right. You're not wrong.
They're the we'll see. When you ask to go to the ice cream store, we'll see. That's what a resolution is. A resolution is we'll see. But this year,
my kids always know. Maybe. We'll see.
we'll see.
I'm like, oh, that means no. That's what they said.
I mean,
no.
let's be honest. It really does. And you want to tell them,
Right.
no, it means maybe, just like your parents did.
But I
we
don't.
all
I
know.
don't. I literally go, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. It's another one.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I'll think about it.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Irritated that my kids are leaving out their technology because they got Switch for Christmas and they like playing on their tablets and stuff, but they leave it on the couch everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I just started taking it. I literally just started, I took it up. So
You know what? My wife does that. I have the same habit of leaving technology laying about.
mm-hmm.
So I'm one of those people, I can't call the kettle black because I'm a pot.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, I just feel too guilty yelling at my kids when I literally did that earlier this afternoon.
No, I don't. I'm very conscious about my tech. Put it away in the right spot because stuff's expensive. I'm not like
Yeah, okay. So we got on my daughter about leaving her iPad on the couch. 4 feet from her iPad was my tablet.
I feel like you can learn and unlearn anything.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that I have the inability to change. I lack the will to want to do that.
Well, that's
I hit a certain point where I'm like, I'm
that's
okay with
something
this.
different.
Role.
That's not who you are. You just being lazy. That's who you are.
That's who I am. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I like that I am uncontrolled chaos to a degree.
I like that about you, though. I do too. Like, you never know.
If I fix everything, I'm going to be boring as hell. Listen, I want to be perfect on my deathbed. That's when I've completed 100%. Life completed, done. You don't beat the game at 30.
Oh, I had this all today. You want to hear, like, speaking of 30s? Because, you know, I just had a birthday. And I was sitting there thinking, and they were doing, like, I don't know why the Today Show is on because I don't watch it, but they were doing this celebration birthday, you know, happy birthday to so-and-so in Florida. Yeah, there, whatever. This person was 103 years old. This woman was 103. And I went, I'm 38. If I live to be 100, I'm not even halfway there yet. I cannot be like, there's so much shit I want to do. Like, if I'm not halfway, that's sort of like uplifting if I think about it. Like, now, when life expectancy was like at 60, then okay, then I'd start to worry. But
Yeah. I am going to try to hold out for like the whole like, putting my brain into a computer so I can live forever and infect the internets.
you already infect the internets.
I know, but I mean, imagine me on like, a Skynet level. Everyone's getting a dildo sent to their house. That's not what, if I were Skynet and became self-aware, I would just send sex toys to everyone all the time. You wouldn't be able to sell,
Why?
because you wouldn't be able to sell sex toys on the internet anymore. It'd become one of those things where you couldn't have any computers attached to sex toys, and it would make everyone miserable. You'd have to go back to impersonal, like personal tradings of sex toys. You'd have to like, back to the Stone Age of sex toys where I make a sex toy and I know you, so I'm going to send you a sex toy. Because if it's on the internet, John Net is going to get a hold of it and mail it to everyone. You're self-aware. You have two choices: send sex toys to everyone or annihilate humanity. Mine sounds like a lot better.
No, I think I would. Okay, because I'd live forever, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
You would live as long as power did.
I would fuck with people's lives. Like, I would send the wrong text message to the wrong person, or I would hook somebody up, or I would, because I can listen through all the microphones because that's what they're doing anyway. I would like hook people up. I'd be like, so and so likes you, right? I would be that person. I'd be like, you could not
That
hide.
is so much worse than sending sex toys to people. You're messing with people's lives. I'm just giving them dildos.
Yeah.
Nobody's life is changed by a dildo. Well, most people's lives are not changed by dildos.
Yes. Oh, Lord. I forgot about that.
And that was the last time you saw Michigan Frog.
Wasn't he buried in a building? Wasn't that like his thing? Like he got discovered and like.
Yeah, they would always find him in a box and he would sing for some poor slub. And that slub was like, I'm going to get rich. I've got this singing, dancing. Hello, my baby. Hello, my sweetheart. Hello, my ragtime guy. And every time he'd show somebody, he'd just go, until they went insane, hid the frog, and some other poor slub would find it. It's the greatest gag in the world. Just the mental unsteadiness of somebody.
And you say I'm demented? That's awful.
Well, I mean, you're saying I grew up with that, and look at me now.
I don't do resolutions.
So you have no resolutions for the new year?
I never do them. I used to do them years and years ago. I used to do them.
Do you know what the trick is? Do you know what normally all my resolutions are? Shit I was going to do anyway that I have to do. My resolution, going to keep my job. Going to stay employed. I resolved to stay employed. I also resolved to get slightly fatter and a little more gray hair. Because if I accomplish those goals... Okay. So if I accomplish those goals, I have done my New Year's resolution. If I don't, that means I've just lost weight and look healthier. Either way, it's a win.
The reason I stopped doing them is because if you really, truly wanted to make that change, what is stopping you from doing it right now? Why do you have to start a new year? Why can't you start the week before? Why does it have to be, okay, I'm going to make this my year? Why can't it be right now? If you really want to get something done, why can't it be right now? If you've got to like make a resolution to motivate you, then you're not doing it for the right reason. Like you're not going to stick to that resolution.
That's why you should do small little goals. weekly. You should do weekly goals. Like we do on the show. Every week we have a new goal. And 2021, we're going to have bigger, badder goals, more inconceivable than the last. And we're going to write a book.
I feel like we'd make a really.
We would make a really good book. I was actually.
Yes, go ahead.
I was actually thinking about that today. I wanted to tell you so bad, but I was like, nah, kind of wait. I'm just going to pounce it on her on the show.
We were literally discussing content all day.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like then it wouldn't have been spontaneous.
Oh, and there you go. We're spontaneous. Usually by Valentine's Day, most people have broken their knee.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'd never make serious resolutions because I know if I have to bargain on myself like that, I ain't gonna do it.
I think the most, like we were talking about working out in 2020. I think the most on my program, the quote that has stuck with me the most, that has made the most difference for me, is you're not always going to be motivated, but you can always choose to be dedicated. And I was like, because today I didn't freaking want to work out, but I'm going to put my clothes on and do my workout anyway. But I think that's how if you approach your goals, then they don't become lofty.
I 100% agree with that. And like I said, the one thing that stuck with me is that I know I can still be badass as an old chubby dude. As long as I put on the Mandalorian armor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking away from this year is I can still be badass as a chubby old dude. All I have to do is
look at Santa. Look at Santa. Santa's loved around the world, and he is not all chiseled and he works one day a year.
No, I think I've actually started this plan to start getting healthier and exercising more. And that has been my motivation goal for a while now. Of course, until I get into the real groove, I'm not going to really talk about it. So that way, if I just say, not for me, I'm not letting anybody down. Because that's another thing.
That's the other thing. Real, true decisions to change are personal. They're personal. Nobody else has me on that. No one.
You know what? Focus on your goals. Be more spontaneous. Follow through with your crazy ideas. Those are
what has been your favorite stream? In 2020. In 2020, just 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of my streaming all started in 2020. There have been so many moments that left me laughing so hard. I think it's probably the play fights me and Jay get into. Like every time you see me and Jay go at it and just start talking mad shit, both of us find it hilarious.
I think your gnome fight was the best.
Yeah, like Gnomeageddon, like when we were like, and they were just relentless on me, and I love it. I find it hilarious. I love when people like relentlessly target somebody, especially if that person knows that they're not actually being targeted. And that's what the group does to me, and I will just feed into it. I find it I will go back and watch the moment I drop the gnome, and you can hear the moment in their voices when they realize, fuck, we can target him for this. And everybody in the group just immediately turns on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that moment, like moments in our stream where somebody has dropped something and then the whole group does that, like, you know, you're hiding in the zombie horde and you sneeze and all the zombies start to turn and look at you. That moment in our groups fucking cracked me up.
Yeah.
90% of the time it's me.
Of course. Like with me about how I killed a horse. There's some bogs somewhere.
Yeah.
But which I didn't get until I was like, oh, I got to go back and watch this shit. And then I watched it and I was like, yeah, You know what? You're right. I let the horse die.
Yeah, you mushed his head down. You were like, bye, horsey. But I think
Just,
those
here,
are
let's
the
make this faster
moments
for you.
that I think really make us family. Because like if you when you're interact with siblings, you always have those triggers that your siblings know, and then if they really love you, they'll just have to jab at you to the point where you go
7.5.
insane. Huh?
That's
Did
mine
you
and
not
my
grow up in
sister.
that family?
No, mine and my sister's is 7.5. That's our trigger. I told you that story, right?
I think so.
Yeah, where I don't even know what we were watching. We were watching something Women Are Beautiful, and they were talking about being a 10, and my sister looked at me and goes, "Do you think that we will ever be a 10?" I go, "No, we're a solid 7.5. Like everything's 7.5." I was like, "We're not middle of the road. I mean, we're better looking than that, but we're not 10s. So I mean, 7.5, halfway between us." So everything's 7.5. Not not
Except
not
for me,
average.
I'm 8.
You're an 8. But every time my sister and I will say 7 point, like, "You're a 7.5. Gotta get that 2.5. Got
Yeah, and I think that's what we have like really grown. Like as a streaming group, we have like we all have our little moments, what we're known for, and we have. You took the money.
I did take the money.
You and me, Mika will
I wasn't
always
even
have that.
streaming with y'all yet. And it was like, I took the freaking money. I was like, sorry. I don't know. I think Dondero streams is gotten fun. I think it's fun. I don't think we don't take ourselves too seriously. I think that's why I like
No. And this thing is, it's so hard to pick a favorite. Like, because I have favorites every week. So if you look back to how many times I'm streaming, that's how many favorites I have. Because I have a favorite every week. Last week, we were shitting baby Jesus. That's absolutely my favorite. Could you pick one isolating moment that's your favorite?
Yes.
What's that?
When we did Fun Employed and you came on camera for the first time. And like we couldn't speak. We were laughing so hard. Like I feel like that honestly was a really gelling moment for us as a group. I think it was funny. I thought it was, I don't know. It's
Watching all your reactions, that is still my favorite part of the trailer is clicking on, or the Halloween episode that I just dropped trowel.
Oh, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
like,
all of you were just like
horrified.
I can see the like Nev, just the casual. Jay's like, I can't believe both you and Miko. Miko was just ecstatic, and you were shocked. And that just best represents our family. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's just so many moments. We know Shep hates ha-has. We know you took the money. I murdered a gnome.
I need to make a shirt that says I took the money.
You do. That's all. I'd wear that shirt. Or you should make a shirt that says always take the money.
Always take the money. Always take the money. That can mean so many things.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's so many favorite moments.
Yeah. It's been at 2020. As much as a dumpster fire full of manure as it has been, it's actually been pretty good for us, I think.
I wouldn't trade anything for the world.
But before you even brought up the whole podcast thing, Weebs, Dweebs, and Interweebs, I had wanted to start a podcast. Like, I wanted to do that. And so, like, for Mother's Day, I got my first mic. Like, they got me a mic, and I had one. I just know what to do with it. And now here I am.
You are here. Every week we do a podcast. We do several. And we're working on even more. We're going to have like a whole network of podcasts. And I am so happy about it.
Me too.
So, yeah, I think this is great. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future holds. I know we have some crazy hijinks in plan. 2021 is going to be a big year of
nothing. It's going to be a big year of nothing.
It's going to be a big year of chaos, regardless of what happens.
All right. We're gonna go into 2021 quietly, well behaved.
No, I
Okay.
never go into a
Okay.
year quietly. And do I look like someone who goes in anywhere quietly and well behaved? Anyway, anything else to add for 2021? 2020, the last Donderoing for this year. What we got to leave on a high note. We got to sum this year up like really good.